Hi guys, I'm Phil Town from Rule 1 Investing, and today I want to talk to you about what happens when you're ready to retire. So here's the thing, the someday that you've kind of been planning and saving for, that's today. This is the time to retire right now. Now, that may be a little bit strange for you to think about, but you might be feeling ready and excited. You might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be unsure, but let's just think about it. It's like happening today. And all those emotions that you're feeling, whatever the range is, are completely normal because you're about to undergo a pretty major lifestyle change. So what should you expect when you retire? So every person transitions into retirement differently. Okay, so we're all treated a little differently. For some, it's kind of easy to jump into it. You're getting into a life without work and you're kind of filling your time with all kinds of new things you're doing. For other people, it can be pretty difficult to find some structure and develop that routine that you want to have for your life. And unfortunately, there's no way to predict how each person's going to adapt to a retirement lifestyle. However, I can provide you with some ideas about what's going to happen when you're ready to retire and what to consider before you make that transition. And I'm talking financially here. So let's think about this. If you're ready to make the leap into retirement, I'm going to assume your bank account can support it for a second here. We'll maybe find out that's not the case, but let's dive in. So the first and most important thing is to consider before leaving your job is your finances. And this is pretty obvious, right? You're going to kind of want to know that you can handle it. So your financial plan, you're saving, you're investing, you're tending to your retirement accounts, all of that financial stuff should sustain you through retirement. So you want to confirm that you can actually afford to retire. So we have this great retirement calculator on our website that you can use for that for just totally free, just by visiting rule1investing.com and just click on the resources tab. Now, here's the thing, your retirement budget should not only cover your cost of living expenses, but also it's got to cover healthcare costs, it's got to cover unforeseen circumstances. And today, because people are living so much longer, you got to really think that you're going to be out there for 30 years in retirement. And it would be horrible to outlive your retirement budget because right when you're the most vulnerable, you run out of money. So you want to plan for enough financial padding to withstand a really long and healthy life. The truth is, if you're 65 and you're pretty comfortably healthy, you're going to live to be into your 90s. I mean, that's hard to believe, but it's true. Now, second, you need to find something new to do with your life. You got to have more passion in your life when you're retired, even than you did when you weren't, because you don't have that job to fill up the space. So financial plans aside, you should also have a plan for your day-to-day retirement lifestyle. And these two things can kind of work together, right? So consider, how are you going to provide structure without having a job? What can you do to live a meaningful life? This is, I think, is really important, a meaningful life. Again, this is different for every person, so I'm just going to urge you to try to think about a passion you might have outside of your career. And this is time to do something you've always wanted to do, you've never had time for. You can take up a new hobby, you can travel, you can take up cooking, something like that. So one of the beauties of being retired is you can really influence the life of people. You can go and get involved in a lot of different other people's lives and help them with the knowledge you've gained in yours. And you're going to do that, I promise you, you're going to feel incredibly fulfilled every single day. So I'm kind of retired, right? I mean, basically you do what I do, you never retire. I keep thinking about Walter Schloss, who died when he was 96 and he was still managing his fund. Charlie Munger is 93 now, managing his money. Buffett's 86. So doing what we do, you just keep doing it, right? But I also jumped into playing polo, I hunt. I like to go out on horseback, a lot of kinds of stuff. I really enjoy getting into the outdoors in my spare time. But I'm also teaching people how to invest. This is what I love to do, and it's really made my quasi-retirement years pretty fulfilled, and I really like doing it. So bottom line here is you got to do what makes you happy. Do the things that you are going to value, not me or not anybody else. You know, that's got to be about you, because the best part of life is doing something that you love and that you're passionate about. So dive into that and see if you can figure that out. Now, retirement is a perfect opportunity for reconnecting, to reaffirm, reestablish relationships. You know, we all got a little time and space in our relationships out there that we could mend, we could get pulled back together. And you have the opportunity to spend more time with your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, your friends. That can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how those relationships go. So sometimes the transition from feeling needed in your job into retirement can kind of leave you feeling as if you may have no purpose at all. Now, your family, your friends, those are going to be your most important emotional support system. Believe me, you really see the power of family when you start to enter retirement. Now, also, find new ways to feel needed. I mean, this is kind of going back to the idea of helping other people, whether you think it's picking up your grandchildren from school or cooking dinner for your friends, whatever. Your time and your energy is very much appreciated out there. And I'm telling you, this is a huge secret to a great retirement. The time you have invested into your career in order to get to this place will be well worth it, because now you get to spend that time really helping those you love and helping people maybe you don't even know, but who need your help. Now, you cannot forget to take care of yourself too. So the only way to really enjoy an active retirement is you've got to monitor your health. Now, I got to tell you, this is something I get so involved in things that I just put it away, put it aside, and I don't think about it. And I'll tell you, that stuff can sneak up on you. I spent 10 years in the Grand Canyon? So man, they have to chop little potential cancers right out of my skin regularly. I've got to go in there and get those checkups. You got stuff going on with you, you got to get checked up too. So be sure you do that. It's not something we had to do when we were younger, but you got to do it now. And because you don't have to rush into the office, just get the recommended hours of sleep each night. A lot of people fail to do this. It's crazy. Find a bed that you really can sleep well on, right? Take the time to prepare healthy, delicious meals, and try to exercise each day. This is the other thing. Don't go couch potato on me here. I'm pretty good about staying a little bit in shape, but I'm not good at staying really in shape. And I'll tell you, it's just discipline, right? I've got this kind of a gym down in below my office. And I'll tell you, man, I go down there and I looked at the little book I had on where I'm taking notes on my workouts, and I see it was March, like March 2014 was the last time I did it. Now you gotta just make it a discipline. Easier said than done, okay? Now, feeling your best, that's, pretty big incentive to seize every moment of your retirement so you can do something you enjoy. I gotta tell you, keep your health, because man, I'll tell you, you don't have your health, that's all you can think about. Now, when you're ready to retire, you can expect to feel an assortment of different kinds of feelings, emotions going on. A major lifestyle change calls for some kind of, excitement, and there's some fear involved. There's some trepidation there. But you can also understand that you can expect to find new passions, build your relationships, better yourself mentally, better yourself physically. You worked all your life for this moment now. So take advantage of every minute, because I'm telling you for sure, the best is yet to come. Now, you guys, I'd love to hear from you about this. So my question today is, what is your passion outside of work? And if you're not sure, what's one thing you've always wanted to do? And if you're not sure about that, what's one person you can help out there? So leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to follow up with you guys. Appreciate you watching. Now go play. And if you enjoyed this video and you think it was pretty valuable, teaching you something more about retirement, then subscribe to my channel, will you? Like this video, share it with your friends, and anybody else that might benefit from this information.